Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Ryan alongside Joel and Caleb, Michigan Storm Chasers, starting our severe weather coverage for September 24th. Current time is 5:29 p.m. here on this beautiful Tuesday evening. We do have our first tornado warning of the evening here. It's going to be for the Branch County, southwest Branch County area, Bronson, Gilead, over toward East Gilead, over toward Kinderhook, all the way down to the Indiana border here, up toward Bronson. This is going to be a radar indicated tornado warning. This storm that is currently warned in Indiana has been warned and has a history of producing tornadoes all the way from Ligonier, Indiana. You can see the reports here on my radar. These little red circles here, those are your tornado reports via damage or spotters. This storm has a history of producing tornadoes, and it's about to cross over into Michigan, Branch County state line area. So right now with this storm, we do have a couple chasers. We have Ben top left of the screen. He is over here just south of Orland, Indiana. He's got a visual on the storm. We do also have our colleague, not a chaser for us, but we do know of him, Isaac, who has confirmed the tornado as of about 10 minutes ago. So he's also on the storm. We also have a couple other colleagues on the storm that are not affiliated with us, but we know of them. So we do have eyes, we do have ears, so to speak, on this storm. So we know what it's going to do. We know what it's doing as it pushes up into our state. Right now, looking at the strongest velocity, these signatures today have not been very impressive. So we're treating every weak signature very seriously. We see a little bit of rotation here just to the east of Mongo, heading toward Orland, Greenfield Mills, where this green and red is meeting or close to meeting there. That's going to be the area of interest as this pushes to the northeast here towards Orland.
Look at that info tail on Ben's.
Yep. Very nice. Very nice. And that's a wall cloud right there, center, just to the left of the center screen, looks like. Or maybe that whole thing is the wall cloud.
I think that whole thing is.
Yeah, that's very impressive. This is the exact same storm that's warned here. So if there's your eyes on it, we know what it's going to do as it pushes up here into Branch County in the next couple of minutes. It's not yet in Michigan. We have a couple minutes here before it crosses the state line. But at this point in time, that warning was in place, so we are live. I do not see anything down on CC drop. We have been tracking this cell. It has had a debris signature for quite some time, off and on. So again, history of producing tornadoes, but right now we don't see that currently on radar. Thank you, Kimmy, for becoming a channel member. Appreciate your support. Welcome to the team, Kimmy.
Again, for those who are just tuning in, this is Southern Branch County, so Coldwater, you guys aren't in that polygon box, but it is heading your way, so I'll be on alert here in the next half hour.
Yeah, and taking a look back here on radar, we do have multiple storms pushing up into southern Michigan right now. We have a couple over by South Bend in Berrien and Cass counties. Those do not look severe at this point, but South Bend does have a little bit of broad rotation as that pushes up into southern Cass. Keep an eye on that. It's not yet in the state or in Cass County yet, but again, we'll watch it. Over further east in northwest Ohio, we have a couple of these cells that don't look very impressive on radar, but those are going to push into Hillsdale and eventually Lenawee counties here, probably in the next hour or so. We have eyes on the radar. We have eyes on the ground. We have chasers everywhere this evening, so we'll have you guys covered from all angles. There is a swarm of chasers on this cell.
That's a good thing.
It's a very good thing. Moving northeast at about 30 to 40 miles per hour. So if I were to take my radar real quick, well, we have a little bit of a second here, do a track on this. So this is your cell. I know it's a conglomerate mess, but this is your cell we're kind of worried about right here, this particular one. Now the movement on this is northeast at about 30 to 40, maybe a little bit slower than that. But if we were to just take a track on this and track it toward Gilead and Bethel, we'll go ahead and put 35 for good measure there. Your arrival times in cities: Orland at 5:40, Gilead at 5:47, East Gilead at 5:50, Hatmaker 5:54, Bethel at 5:55. Total population is 424. So it's a low population area here in Southern Branch County, which is good news. But if it continues on its track, it will cross 69 here and potentially impact the Coldwater area. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I know Coldwater is probably the biggest population center in Branch County.
Ben's got the entire mezzo on his stream right now.
Take it back and see the screen if you want to. So basically what you're looking at here on the right side of your screen would be the rain core, and that little bit of a down lowering behind the trees, we call it an inflow tail. That could also be the wall cloud. I'm going to assume it's the wall cloud where it kind of feeds off the rain cooled air and builds a base, and that base with wind shear will rotate. And that's what we're seeing with this storm. So pretty clear cut supercellular structure there.
Yes, Ben does have audio, but it's one-way communication, so we can hear him, but he can't hear us.
His audio has been kind of cutting in and out today, so we'll keep an eye on that. We have communication behind the scenes as well. We can talk to him if need be. And that hook is getting a little bit more organized, looks like, the past scan. Nice little notch there just southwest of Orland.
If you know anybody who lives in Orland, Indiana, obviously let them know. This is on their doorstep here in the next 5 to 8 minutes. Approaching the I-80 and 90 corridor there. Or is it just I-80 in Indiana?
I just call it 80-90. Caleb, do you know?
I just call it 90. It's a toll road. I-90.
Okay.
It's both.
Yeah. It's a shared highway, but it's the toll road.
Check out the 535 scan southwest of Orland. It really is trying to intensify again.
Yeah, it's trying to cycle back together.
Yep.
And Ben is repositioning actually to the north. He's heading north.
Yep.
He's going to be he's due west of it or due east of it right now, looking west. So
I have him driving north on my radar.
Yeah, he probably is. But yeah, it's heading right for Orland here. So as Joel just mentioned, if you guys know people who live in or around the Orland area or in this warning in general in northern Indiana here, the counties are going to be LaGrange County as well as Steuben County, and then obviously Branch County here in Michigan under that warning. So that's going to be Orland, Greenfield Mills, Mongo, although Mongo is safe. It's past you guys. That's all the towns I see in Indiana. Again, as far as
a couple comments in here about Bronson. Bronson, you guys are on the edge of that polygon. You can see that red polygon on your screen there. Close enough to say that you guys are in that tornado warning. So I would just be taking shelter just in case.
Yeah. The towns that are in the warning would be Bronson, Kinderhook, and Bethel are close, but not technically in. The polygon here, if you guys can see it, I'll make it thicker for you guys so you guys can see it a little bit better. 1 second here. There we go. So there's your polygon here. So Bethel and Kinderhook, you guys are close, technically not in that warning, but Gilead, East Gilead, as well as that's it. West Kinderhook. Thought there's a third town there. And again, the area of interest is still in Indiana here, where this green and red is meeting here, heading right toward Orland. And again, the state line is right up here. So we're close to Michigan, just not yet in Michigan.
The last report we had, which is right about when we started the stream, is that it was a new week tornado at 5:31 p.m. Eastern time. And that was from Isaac. Unconfirmed if it's still on the ground at this point. And again, right now the tornado warning is radar indicated, which is the lowest level of tornado warning. But you still want to be taking that seriously because a tornado warning means a tornado can be dropping or is on the ground at any time.
Not seeing anything down on debris signature at this time, so that's good news. But that rotation still continues. Again, heading into Orland. If you guys have reports, pictures, damage reports, we do have a page dedicated for you guys, or not a page, but a group dedicated for you guys. It's called Michigan Weather Reports. Feel free to drop your pictures of storms, videos, and damage reports in that group. We can see it immediately, as can other broadcast agencies as well as local NWS offices. Caitlin, thank you for the $2 super chat. Asked, is it coming to Belleville? This storm in particular, no. This is going to stay west of you. But you do have storms possible later on this evening. Severe weather is a possibility there through, we're going to say sunset or just a little bit after sunset. Sturgis, you guys are fine for now.
Long term, this is heading for Coldwater.
Check out the cell in South Bend heading toward Granger. That's got my eye now.
That's got some pinks in it too.
Yep.
Robust updraft there. That's about right where the triple point is too.
Yep.
It's further off to the west.
Yep. So this cell heading toward the Edwardsburg area, although I think it's moving more so east than it is north.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the south part of this may be heading a little bit further to the east here, so it may miss Edwardsburg. But if you live in southern Cass County here, be alert. This cell does have potentially some small hail, and there is a little bit of rotation with it. Not very, a strong signature, but it does warrant some watching here. As the environment today is favorable for low-level rotation. Back observed. This is an observed tornado warning now, Joel.
I see.
So this is on the ground, apparently. Source is going to be, go ahead and read this. Weather spotters confirm tornado. This is going to be 12 miles northwest of Angola, moving northeast at 20. The confirmed tornado was located 10 miles south of Brown. So CPC a CC drop in this. I do not. Although I'm not lined up. So again, this is a tornado on the ground. We don't see a debris signature with this, but weather spotters here have confirmed that there is a tornado that is on the ground. Take Ben's stream. We can. Let's go double box him. So we get a clear visual with this. Ben is going to be in Orland. He's directly in Orland. Need to get some better data there. Let's go ahead and take back our radar. So Ben, his dot is right here. But that's right there in Orland. Now his stream's there. Perfect. So I'd take it back. Looks like he's going out of town. It'd be off to his south.
Again, this area interest right now is, for those who are just tuning in, is Branch County. So this is southern Branch County near Bronson. This is to the east of Sturgis. So Sturgis, you guys are not in this tornado warning. It's just passing by you guys. You will have to watch out for the storm off to your west, but that is not a concern as of right now. However, if you're in Coldwater, eventually down the road, Quincy, Allen, and perhaps Reading in Hillsdale County, you guys want to watch out there as well. Also, if you know anybody who is living down in Henry County, Ohio, just south of the border, there's a tornado warning now there as well. And this is a tornado warning observed, confirmed via weather spotters there in the area. This is a level 2 of 4 tornado warning. Again, we have radar indicated, observed, particularly dangerous situation, tornado warning, and then, of course, tornado emergency. So this is, again, level 2. So if you live in Southern Branch County, you should be taking shelter lowest floor of your home if you don't have a basement, and interior rooms where there's no exterior walls involved or windows. And again, the most important thing is you want to protect your head. Bring your valuables with you if you have the time. Otherwise, your safety is number one priority. And then bring shoes as well. You don't know what you will be walking out to after the storm has passed.
This is a pretty, I'm not going to say a tight couplet, but it is touching now where the greens and reds are completely together. Not very strong. We're getting about 15 miles an hour on this side, maybe 17, maybe 33 on this side. So about 50 miles per hour, what we call gate-to-gate shear here. That's about the threshold for warning criteria. But again, this is confirmed on the ground. Doesn't matter how strong it is. Weather spotters have confirmed this to be on the ground as of a couple minutes ago. I'm not sure where Ben's looking, but he may have a visual here on the base.
Yeah.
We'll take him here and see what he has to offer. I'm trying to figure out if he's...
You want to take his audio?
We can try his audio. Is that it right there? Go back to the right, Ben.
See, this whole thing is rotating still.
What's back in there?
Look.
What's back? What? It's right there.
Is that
Funnel
Scud?
cloud, maybe.
Or is that funnel?
I don't know.
Do
It's
you
hard
see
to tell.
that ocean in that
Well,
cloud
that
right
is-
there?
that's moving right there.
That might be your tornado right there, guys.
The view.
I'm gonna say it is at this point. Sirens are blaring there.
But it's rapidly rising and it could be a reforming funnel.
Right side of your screen there. That's the right side of the base. So that would be right in the right spot.
He's looking south there, so he's looking right at it, and his radar dot lines up perfectly with this. So he's looking right at the area of interest.
So we're good.
It's gonna pass over him or just off to his east.
Now look right there, you guys.
Taking full.
Oh wow!
Yeah, these are the storm chasers, I bet.
There is a lot of motion in that.
Again, tornado warning observed means that spotters have confirmed a tornado on the ground. Saw that question pop up in chat.
And again, for those of you just tuning in, this is still just south of the Michigan state line. We are looking in the county of Steuben County, Indiana, near Orland, is where we're looking at.
I think if there's on this here.
This is heading up into southern Branch County. So we'll keep an eye on this. We have, as we know, we have Ben here. We also have a few other people we know.
Yeah, look at those.
Isaac, he's on this as well. Latest.
Oh, really?
Knows we can just
Yeah,
fit.
there's good
So use
info right
Marcus
here.
Ross's
Oh,
team on it.
rapid motion right there. Rapid motion.
Oh, wow, check that out.
So feel free to mute his audio if you need to talk.
Yeah, I'm good for now.
See how that's up there? Gotcha.
They issued it.
The motion rate. Could be trying.
Go ahead and mute him here. I'll keep him full. Just going to go over where this is at. I know we have a lot of people tuning in at this point in time that are just tuning in with us. So if you're just tuning in, we have a tornado warning in effect here for southern Branch County in Michigan. The current storm of interest is over the city of Orland, Indiana, which is in Steuben County, just across the border here. As we see on Joel's stream there, those greens and reds there, we have some twisting winds there. The reds going away from the radar, the greens going toward the radar, where they kind of meet. That's where your rotation is. And it's going to be directly over the town of Orland, about probably 3 or 4 minutes away from crossing the Michigan state line into Branch County. Once it does, it'll be heading in toward East Gilead, and then also Gilead proper. A couple of roads to keep an eye out for here in Michigan. Go ahead and zoom way in here. We have West Adams Road. We're going to have, let's see here, Brewers Road, looks like. West Southern Road. Block Road. Go ahead and pop on my satellite here. Satellite's a little bit easier to read road names. Here we go. There we go. Snow Prairie Road, Gilead Lake Road, West Adams, Bowers Road, North Shore, Block Road, Hart Road, Booth Road, Steffi Road, Hop and Garner Road. Those are the immediate impact zones for this storm as it pushes up your direction. So again, area of interest, these greens are going toward the radar, which is down here. The reds are going away from the radar. Combination here, there's your rotation over the city or the town of Orland here where Ben is currently chasing. We likely looks like we had a funnel cloud there on Ben's stream a few minutes ago. If it wasn't a funnel, it was very close to it, a lot of motion there. So this storm is quite intense. The radar signature doesn't look too impressive, but these storms today are very low top, so the radar beam isn't always going to hit on these weaker, lower top storms. Check out South Bend Cell.
Yep. Oh yeah, latest scan.
We have a little bit of, actually quite a bit of rotation here. Still, again, south of the state line, about to push up into Cass County here, where these greens and reds are meeting in the northern South Bend metro area, just south of the toll road here, Indiana Toll Road, pushing up toward Granger, and eventually going to be in Cass County, Michigan here. Again, probably close to 5 or 10 more minutes.
Check.
Going to go south of Edwardsburg.
Check reflectivity on that. That's a hook.
Oh yeah, check that out. Very, very classic here. Very classic. In fact, that... okay, I was going to say I might be down, but it's not. It looks like they just issued a severe warning for... okay, way over here in Ohio. That's not our problem. See, that just came in. Okay. But yeah, that one over by South Bend could use a warning. For sure. That Orland cell continues to rotate just to the east of town. I'm going to loop this here. Looking like it's going to beeline toward East Gilead and West Kinderhook.
Pull up CC on that, Ryan.
Ooh. Let's take a closer look at that.
Look a scan back and compare to the current scan.
Okay, I'll do that on GR2 here. It's a very weird looking cell, that's for sure.
And this is why it pays to have multiple radar products, because sometimes these storms don't look impressive, but you flip it over to velocity and boom. That's basically like your X-ray.
Yep.
You know, honestly, what Ben saw there may have been a funnel that briefly touched down because it's a very weak
That's
signature.
what I'm wondering.
It's a very weak signature. Could have been something on the ground just to the south of Orland there. It does not appear to be on the ground any longer, but we could have had something briefly touch down there when you had Ben looking at that funnel type of shape there on the stream.
New scan velocity says it's still perhaps about to put something down near Granger.
I'm seeing that too. I'm looking about 50, 55 on the gate to gate. So we're seeing warning criteria here for that South Bend storm. We're going to call it the Granger storm now. Again, heading toward Edwardsburg. Chandler, where is Chandler at? He is going to be... hold on.
You might have to tag him.
Tornado warning now for Cass County, southern Cass County tornado warning. Chandler is right up on that storm. He's heading for it.
Looks like the center of the couplet is right on Interstate 90, if not just to the north by now.
This is going to be radar indicated, so it's level 1 tornado warning, so it's not observed, it's just radar indicated. The rotation centered over the Mishawaka Medical Center, right on the Indiana Toll Road, heading northeast toward Granger and eventually toward Edwardsburg. Although Edwardsburg should remain south of you guys, but remain alert just in case this were to turn north. It would head right into Edwardsburg. Other areas here in Cass County: Adamsville, Allenton, Redfield Street, US 12 to the east of Edwardsburg here, Elkhart Road, Garver Lake Road, Eagle Lake, Davis Lake. Those are some of the roads and areas there in that tornado warning. And again, still just south of the Michigan border, but it's heading up our way here momentarily. Back to that one that our chasers are on. We have Ben with us still. We do. Doesn't appear to have a visual, though, so we're going to leave him be for now. Dowagiac is not included in that. No. Drop that link here for Chandler once he wants to hop on.
I already got it.
Oh, cool. Never mind.
Thank you for the $20 super chat, Red Dozier. Appreciate that. It's very sweaty, very muggy out there today. Kind of a summer-like day out there, even though it is fall now. Appreciate your support as always. A couple new members here. One Big and Pumpkin Vision. Thank you for becoming channel members here at MSC YouTube. Appreciate your support. And Cindy as well, back for another month here as a channel member as well. So thank you guys. Figured I'd get through those real quick while we have a moment. Again, we have 2 tornado warnings right now in effect. One for southern Cass County. Take my radar back here so you can see both of them at the same time. Again, movements off to the east, northeast to north-northeast here. Relatively slow clip, but these storms are rotating today, so you guys might be taking these seriously. You guys have some advanced warning time here. The one in Branch County is still observed, at least as of last update, and the one in Cass County is radar indicated. But that, again, it's a tornado warning.
Tornado warning. Sorry, new tornado warning for Branch County, radar indicated. The observed continues, though, but it was extended further north.
Gotcha.
So it now includes Kinderhook, Bethel, Pearl Beach, I-69, looks like Central Road, and Crystal Beach, Pearl Beach, Canadian Shores. Go ahead.
And there's your new box just popped in there. I'll pause it for you guys. So that red box is the new tornado warning, radar indicated. It does not. It's getting closer to Coldwater, but Coldwater is not in that. And again, Ryan just listed off the cities that are included in that new tornado warning. So Kinderhook, you guys are now in this. Quincy, Coldwater, you guys are still outside of it, but still prepare for this rotating storm to head your way. And then again, Edwardsburg, here's your tornado warning down here. Also radar indicated at the current time.
So we have 2 warnings here in effect. And they're still not technically in Michigan. The warnings are, but the areas of interest with these storms are still just south of the Indiana border here. Go ahead and just leave Ben up there. I will say the Granger cell does look like it is weakening currently, but these storms do cycle through. So it's probably just going through a phase where it weakens, it comes back stronger, weakens, it keeps cycling. So we'll have to keep an eye on this through the evening, next couple of scans as well. But as of right now, the Granger cell does look like it's on the weaker side of things.
I will say a little radar oddity there. It looks like the storm near Cassopolis tried for a moment and then occluded. It was very, very weak rotation. If you can see that loop on my screen there, Ryan.
Yeah, I see it. I got it.
So Cassopolis, you guys are not affected by that secondary storm, but there was a brief period of time there where it was quickly rotating. But main concern is the storm down here in Granger, and it almost looks like it's heading more east more than anything, kind of right down the toll road there.
Yeah, it seems like these storms are turning right more. It looks like we got Chandler in here now. Looks like he's heading toward that Granger cell.
Pullman.
What's up, Chandler?
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Where you headed?
I'm headed north to try and get a visual. I can see the Mini-Sup right next to me here. It looks really nice. Looks like that cell is trying to cycle out. At the moment. I think it's actually moving a little bit more east than the track dictates. I'm just trying to get a view a little bit because I really don't want to chase this thing through the city of Elkhart. So I'm going to go up here, see if I can't get a view on it, and then roll to the east.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Chandler.
Yep. A little
I think
underprepared, but that's okay.
looks like Ben had a visual on something there. Not sure if he still does or not, but it looked like a lowering. Hey, look off to the left there. Is that the whole thing a wall cloud or? Let's go ahead and unmute him.
Rainbow! Oh my word! Right there, you see it? Oh, it just faded.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
So Ben is still in the Orland area. That storm on radar does look like it's weakened quite a bit. I'll take back my radar for a minute. So we're not seeing too much in the way of greens and reds meeting or close together, but we do see an increase here about to cross basically on the state line as we speak. But that's about all I'm seeing with that. And Ben, as well as Isaac, are right there in the same area. So they're not seeing much anything at this point. Should focus over here to the Granger cell. We still see some broad rotation with this one. Both these storms remain tornado warned. Southern Cass County, Southern Branch County. Cass County goes for another 30 minutes, so 6:30 p.m. And then the Branch County goes for another 30 minutes as well until 6:30 p.m.
Just a quick reminder on the tornado sirens. Again, they're very inconsistent. They go based on county by county or city by city or township by township. It's all different. So, for example, if you're in Cass County right now and you're hearing them in Dowagiac, that means they probably have county-based warnings or some sort of sector-based warnings that the warning box is actually crossing into. Now, as you can see here on my radar, which I'll pull back in here real quick and pause, you can see your tornado warning is this red box down here in Southern Cass County. That is taking up about 15 to 20% of the county area. So, for example, Dowagiac, Marcellus, Cassopolis, you guys are not in this tornado warning, but you may be hearing the sirens because of the county policy. So, again, it's always good to obey the polygon, and it's always good to, be checking in for safekeeping. But again, if you are in the warning polygon, you guys are in the immediate threat for these rotating storms. So, same for Branch County. If you're hearing the sirens in like Bronson or Coldwater, that means they are county warning, or they're county-based or sector-based, I guess you could say. But again, that box does not include either Bronson, Coldwater, or Quincy anywhere along the US 12 corridor.
Do we go over the gifted memberships yet? Super sticker.
The last one was one big new member.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, we're good. We got Cindy.
Oh, wait. Sorry, Cindy's super sticker is the first one you should announce.
Okay. Well, thank you, Cindy. We also have Kevin back with us, gifting 10 memberships. Thank you, Kevin, for your generosity. Welcome to the team, those you just got gifted. Got Lynn as well, $2 super. Lynn as well, $2 super sticker. Thank you for keeping us updated. Stay safe out there. Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate your support.
Ben got a visual on there. Kind of looks like static.
Hey, I was gonna say he's frozen, but
Hey, if you guys can take me live, it'd be a good time.
whoops, I got it.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hold on. I can hear you now. So this is looking due west. See this structure here? This is actually a pretty good structure. You can see the wall cloud right here at the front. Everything is definitely rotating up in there. Sorry, I'm right by the road here. I'm going to probably go north here pretty quick. I just wanted you to have a visual real quick of this Granger cell.
Very visually appealing.
Yeah, it looks good. In terms of structure, you can actually see the rotation back there a little bit. Sorry for the road noise here.
We can hear you.
So I'm gonna try and get north just a little bit to see if I get a better visual here, and so I'm not in traffic. But I got to move here pretty quick, so I'll be back in when I can.
All right, thanks. I'm going to take back our panel here. Looks like Ben's now offline too. Got Alex with us now as well. We got a full crew in here today.
Hey guys,
What's up, Alex?
How's
You
it
chasing
going?
or you just topping in?
hopping in and I'm in the car, so yeah, we're ready to go. Heading south on 131 right now.
Sweet. So that Granger cell appears to be cycling still. It's a weak rotation with it. And that cell that's heading up into Branch County is now in Branch County. but that cell at this point has since weakened. There are still cells to the south of that one near Angola. We've got to keep an eye on those. The environment is the same. There may be some very weak rotation with some of these cells. So we'll keep an eye on those heading up into Hillsdale County in the next couple of, I say 30 minutes to an hour or so. So the environment across much of southern Michigan remains the same today. There is some support there for some rotation. So all these cells have potential. And also want to point this out as well. With these cells in close proximity, it could also cause merging. As we talk about a lot, cell mergers can and sometimes do spin up tornadoes. So we have a lot of those close proximity storms. They could merge together, and keep an eye on those. Thank you, Raz Huntress. $2 super chat. Is Leonidas in the mix of this? So for right now, not immediately, but perhaps later on in about an hour or two. Right now, you're up here, and there's no storm currently heading your direction. But if this cell, for example, heads up your way, or if this heads your way from the west here, keep an eye on those. But right now, you're good. The Hillsdale County Fair is going on, so I saw somebody earlier mention that. I believe actually one of the officials was in contact with us this morning about that. So yes, Hillsdale County Fair is going on. There is a couple storms heading up your direction. It's probably raining right now, but the area of concern would be further to your south, currently pushing up your direction. So we'll keep an eye on that. Still a weak rotation there in that Granger cell. Thank you, Arthur, for gifting a membership. Appreciate your support.
Thank you, Arthur.
Yeah, for those of you still asking about Branch County, for right now, you look to be fine. That storm has really weakened out. If we actually animate this, we can see it's kind of evaporating, so to speak, in southern Branch County there. But these cells to the south are the ones to watch now. So Hillsdale County, especially, be on alert if these cells can strengthen and organize. Hillsdale will be online for that. And also want to point out these cells further south here in Northwest Ohio, pushing up into Lenawee County. Keep an eye on those if those continue to strengthen or if they remain weak. See Chelsea here becoming a member. Thank you, Chelsea. Welcome to the team. Appreciate your support.
So the layout for today is we have a warm front and a cold front. We call it the triple point that is right along the border. And if any storms go north of that boundary, that warm front boundary, it's going to be hard to get them rotating, keep them, I guess, together, you could say. So the threat really kind of just drops off immediately once you get more north of, I think, 94. The sector has been moving north throughout the model runs lately. But I would say if you live north of 94, the threat is pretty much none today. I don't know if you would agree with that, Ryan.
I'm about to pull up mesoanalysis and take a quick peek. But yeah, just north of 94 is where that warm front tapers off. So that's where I would
check the METAR stations right now.
I also want to point out there is back surface winds in southeast Michigan, northwest Ohio. So the further east you go, typically speaking, the better your shot for rotating storms becomes. They have continued the tornado warning in Cass County. They trimmed it back a little bit. It includes Edwardsburg still, no change. Adamsville, Edwardsburg, Allenton, US 12, May Street, Redfield Street. New scan continues broad rotation.
Crystal, thank you for the $2 super chat here on YouTube. Is there any of these going to reach Eaton County? Showers and storm wise, it could be a possibility, but in terms of severe weather, it's looking very, very dull in terms of that. So just be prepared for showers and thunderstorms throughout the evening tonight. But in terms of severe, again, that's going to be probably to the south of you, again, as that boundary kind of just dwindles there along the 94 corridor. Yeah, that storm in Cass County is right on the triple point still.
We got Lynn also getting membership here. Thank you, Lynn, for that. Appreciate your support.
Thank you, Lynn. Coldwater is not in a tornado warning, but the box is just off their south. So again, for those who don't know, they have the polygons. Just because your county has the polygon in it doesn't mean the entire county is in it. It is just based by that triangle, as you can see there on your screen that Ryan pointed out. If you know you live inside that red polygon, you guys are in that tornado warning. So it is pretty close to Coldwater, pretty close to Quincy, but they are not in it. But that storm is heading in that direction, although it is fizzling out pretty quickly here.
Keep an eye on that southern Hillsdale County storm.
Yep.
That looks like it's trying to perhaps organize a bit better.
That would be a handoff with clear inflow to the south, too.
Mm-hmm. It'd be heading toward Cambria, and it should stay south of Hillsdale proper, but Cambria, Pittsford, Ransom, and eventually my county, if that continues on its track. So, again, that Branch County warning, I'm going to assume they're going to cancel that early. There's really nothing there going on anymore with that storm. So if you're in Branch County right now, I'm not going to say you're all clear just yet, but the immediate threat has since weakened. Got Chandler back with us. What's up, Chandler?
Hey, what up? This is actually rotating quite a bit. You can see this leading edge right here moving this way, and this back edge is actually rotating back around it pretty well. Get a little bit of time here to hang out. I couldn't find a better visual off anywhere to the north, so we're going to give this a try down here. I have inflow winds to my back. Rain is actually getting sucked into this right now. It's kind of interesting over here, but I think up here is probably going to be the main show. It's definitely what's rotating quite a bit more at this time. If you look up here, you can actually see it quite a bit more.
It's definitely a nice looking storm there.
Yeah, definitely nice little mini soup.
For September standards, almost October standards, it's you can't ask for much more.
Nope. Yeah, it seems like over here, I mean, it definitely is still rotating back in there a little bit, but it almost looks like it's trying to bow out just a little bit more right there. I don't really know how much longer I want to stay here, just because I'm going to have to fight the city traffic here too.
Yeah, it's looking like it's trying to hook out again on radar. So
yeah, I mean it is definitely still rotating back off that way. I mean even right here you can see it rotating just a little bit harder than it is anywhere else.
Is that facing southwest there?
Yeah, I'm looking southwest here. If we look back up over here, this is almost due west, maybe slightly northwest, but basically due west. We got rising action to the front right here, and these clouds are moving pretty quick on that back side there. Again, you can see the rising motion right here. This whole front part has really taken a nice shape since I've been standing out of the car last couple minutes or so. I'm kind of surprised we don't have sirens going off over here, to be completely honest with you.
Outside the polygon?
Yeah. Look at some of this motion right here. You can see how fast these are coming back in to the storm.
Mm-hmm. For those who are wondering where Chandler's at, he's near the St. Joseph and Elkhart County line. So that's going to be near Elkhart, Indiana. So that's just south of the Michigan state line.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start working my way east here. So I gotta stay in front of this thing with traffic. So I'll be back when I can.
All right.
Sounds good. They did cancel the warning for Branch County, so all clear in Branch for now. Oh, southern Hillsdale, be alert, just south of Camden. Increasing rotation with this one. Pop that over. See these brighter velocity signatures here. We're seeing 44, 46 miles an hour south of Camden here, and a little bit of an off-color green there. So some rotation picking up there, heading just south of Camden, Hillsdale County here, moving up toward Cambria.
Storm relative really shows that picture too.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's M6 or what highway is right there? M69?
M49.
49?
Yeah.
It's so small to see. You can't see it.
M49, Austin, Austin Road, Camden, Camden Road, Territorial Road, Gilmore Road, Burt Road, Patrick Road.
CC doesn't show that it's on the ground, so that's good. But we will keep an eye on it. So Camden, be on alert there. I'd say be taking shelter just as a precaution.
Going to, I'll leave it on relative, because why not? Again, no warning in effect for Hillsdale. The only warning in the state is going to be over here in Cass County, and that's the cell that Chandler was just talking about. And most of this is heading more so east now, so the shift to the east is good for us because, you know, Michigan, that big black line up here, that's going to be your state line. So as long as it continues east here, that's good for us. Longer stays in Indiana. New scan coming
Really
in.
nice hook now on the Camden cell in Hillsdale County.
Okay. Latest velocity looks a little less interesting. We'll wait for the new radar scan here in a second. Or actually, that is a new radar scan.
But again, that is clean inflow to the south. There's no storms impeding it, so that would be the best chance to see some development here within the next couple minutes, if anything.
I'm gonna try out the. Yeah, Indiana's radar is still closest to this one, so. Yeah.
Did storm relative velocity update for you guys on the Camden cell?
Yeah.
I was going to say it's looking a little better, at least the latest scan, at least given the hook and given the environment. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull the trigger on that in Hillsdale County.
If it does go warned, I may jump on it.
Yeah. Alex, what scan do you have? We have the 517.
I also have the 517 as well,
Okay.
617, just a
or
correction.
617 rather.
Sorry.
Current time is 6:18, just for those of you watching. We're not an hour behind.
I didn't do the correct Zulu time math there. That's my bad.
Hey, if you guys got reports or pictures from the storms today, feel free to direct that to our group, Michigan Weather Reports. For those of you who want to know what it looks like, it is a picture of damage, and the group is called Michigan Weather Reports. Take me full here just a second. There you go. That's what it looks like. So I'll go ahead and drop that link in the page. been here still.
The tornado warning is no longer in effect for Branch, Steuben, and LaGrange counties. That one's been canceled.
I may try to hop on that Hillsdale cell. Joel, are you going to be here for a while?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to leave then. I'm going to try and hop on that cell. That cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'll see you guys mobile.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, for those who are maybe just tuning in, we've had a couple tornado warnings this afternoon. The first one was triggered here about 50 minutes ago for Southern Branch County. That one's been canceled. It's gone through about 3 different warnings now. Has had a history of producing tornadoes across LaGrange County into the Orland area. Might have briefly put something down right there on the border, but that is to be determined at a later time when the National Weather Service office there in northern Indiana goes out to survey. And then we have this storm that kind of produced strong rotation there near South Bend. Has become more broad at the current time, but a tornado warning is still in effect here for Edwardsburg, heading for kind of the Simonton Lake area here, right along the border. Elsewhere in the state, if we're not mentioning you, you guys are in the clear for now. We'll let you know if things further develop. I'm mainly watching the triple point here, Caleb, because that is going to be the greatest area of lift and overall in greens are for storm development today. 4 things to rotate and produce all hazards. I noticed this storm kind of embedded back in the line near Niles and Cassopolis has tried to maybe do some broad rotation here.
A little bit, yeah, definitely an area to keep watch on, noting that it is directly in the triple point there.
Yep. Yeah, if you have any videos and you want to tag them, again, that Michigan Weather Reports page on Facebook, or community page, I should say, is the place to do it. That way everyone can see them and we can see them. And the National Weather Service offices also monitor that chat as well. So when you do submit reports, obviously you want to be as detailed as possible. So date, time, and location. And then if needed, if it's a measurement, obviously something to measure with next to your thing would be appreciated. So again, be as specific as possible when you are submitting reports. If you do just submit like pictures, we won't know where that's at. So see if this is the extra step. So right now we're only monitoring in terms of storms that could be rotating would be Branch County, but again, that one has been canceled. It's a little bit more strong broad rotation over here south of Reading in Hillsdale County. And then obviously we have the tornado warning currently in effect for southern Cass County. If you live anywhere else in the state right now, you are kind of in the clear. Again, we're expecting any severe this afternoon in terms of damaging winds and tornadoes to be south of 94, given the boundary where it's set up right now. Warm front is draped, pretty much right along 94 and points south. So if you live north of that warm front, it's going to be hard to get any severe storms today. You may still get storms. They just won't be severe. JCun17, $2 super chat, just saying or commenting here. Just wanted to say thank you. No problem, JCun. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. Again, we got you covered from beginning to end. The storms move through. We do this year round. Currently all on a volunteer basis as well. So any monetary support is always optional, but greatly appreciated. So thank you. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. Again, this whole mezzo here, it does have that hook on it. Again, that's a supercell, right? That's a mini supercell, or mini stup as we like to call it. Has the kidney bean shape hook to it. Southern part of the hook is where the rotation is going to be. If you just flip it over to our velocity radar here, where the reds and greens are close together, that's where the rotation's at. So red means winds heading towards the radar site. In this case, well, that doesn't make sense. No, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, reds is moving away. Red is moving away from the radar, which is down here in northern Indiana. Greens is moving towards the radar site down here in northern Indiana. So basically, when they come close together like that, that's where rotation is the strongest. So again, that's going to be.
Hey Joel, I just got a alert for a severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County.
Yep. Just popped in here.
Yep.
Where this orange box is at. So Simonton Lake's in this. Details read as follows. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for northwestern Elkhart County in north central Indiana, as well as south central Cass County in southwestern Michigan until 7 p.m. Eastern. 6:24 p.m. Severe thunderstorm was located near Edwardsburg or near Simonton Lake, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. This is going to be 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. The possible hazards of this storm, it's radar indicated. Expect damage to roof siding and trees. Locations impacted include Elkhart, Indiana, Simonton Lake, Indiana, Union, Adamsville, Juneau Lake, and Eagle Lake. This includes Interstate 90 in Indiana between mile markers 88 and 92. They also put in the text, remain alert for possible tornadoes or possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. Yes. Again, if you are in a tornado warning, you do want to be taking shelter in a sturdy structure. Again, non-anchored storms, or non-anchored structures, I should say, are no match for rotating storms such as these today. So.
Yep, and just a quick note here. It looks like the rotation on that storm has weakened enough to where they're going to let that tornado warning probably expire here. Thus the reissuance of a severe thunderstorm warning, but with that tornado tag possible, as they can always recycle and gain that rotation back with time.
Yeah. Rotation is still there, with that hook being visible on radar, heading towards Frontier in southern Hillsdale County. And we're going to go live to Ben's stream where he has a great rainbow right there.
Yeah, he does.
See what his audio is saying. Still staticky. Oof. That's quite the rainbow. So good news is, as Caleb mentioned, they're going to let the tornado warning expire, and it has expired. So Edwardsburg, you guys are no longer in a tornado warning. With that being said, there's no more tornado warnings in effect at the current time. But again, we do have the one severe thunderstorm warning now in effect here for more south central Cass County in southern Michigan. As mentioned, Simonton Lake is included in that storm. Again, 6-mile-per-hour winds, penny-sized hail, and a tornado is also possible still with this storm. It is in some range-folded area there. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but it is like a tiny little hook. But not seeing anything in terms of a debris ball, which is good. That storm in Hillsdale County is still rotating in the latest scan here. Almost curious if they're going to put a severe with a tornado possible on that.
Looks like your couplet there is just to the east of Camden, just north of the village of Austin. Looks to be near the intersection of West Camden Road and Gilmore Road. There just to the north of Austin is where that would be.
So we'll do duo boxes here. Again, left side is going to be your base reflectivity, which is the intensity of the rain and perhaps hail. Hail would be anything in the pinks there if it is falling. Right side of your screen is your velocity radar. So again, for those who are just tuning in, that is your rotation. We look at this, it's kind of like an X-ray looking into the storms. Anywhere where you see the greens and reds close together like that is where the rotation is the strongest. However, you would if you're looking for stronger rotation, you want to see these reds and greens be brighter. They're not looking too bright right now, but again, rotation is still there. This entire storm is a rotating meso, so you want to be taking this seriously if you live in the frontier area. Now we have a $5 super chat from Falling. Been subscribed to you guys for a while. Love the streams. Keep up the phenomenal work. Thank you, Falling, for that very nice comment. Thank you for tuning in, of course, today, as always. Again, if you haven't hit that like button yet, feel free to do so. It's the best way to support what we do here at Michigan Storm Chasers, completely free to do. Again, monetary donations are always appreciated, but always optional. So thank you guys for donating. Speaking of which, we also have Scott here in all caps with a $5 super chat saying, "Take my money." So thank you, Scott. Appreciate your support with the humor there as well. Thank you guys. And again, if you guys are donating on Facebook, we can't see those. We can't respond to those, unfortunately, because they don't pop up on our stream. But again, if you have been donating over on Facebook, we do appreciate you guys as well. There's no tornado watches out there. So a watch, again, is conditions are favorable in the next couple hours for the conditions for tornadoes, develop, but they're not happening. Again, we like to use the tacos, Caleb. The ingredients for tacos. Taco watch. Ingredients are on the table.
That's right.
But they're not being made. Taco warning, aka tornado warning, means the ingredients have come together and tacos are being devoured or happening, I guess you could say. So. And
speaking of coming together, the National Weather Service has went ahead and issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Hillsdale County, which includes a tornado possible tag. The warning states as follows. Severe thunderstorm was 11 miles south of Hillsdale, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Radar indicated with that, with a tornado possible tag. So please be on alert there and please take shelter if you are living in Hillsdale County. Again, the area of rotation is just to the north of Austin or just to the west of Frontier in Hillsdale County, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour.
Yeah, here's your latest scan. That velocity is really starting to come together here in the latest scan. So that was a good decision there from Northern Indiana to put that warning out. So also south of Hillsdale, you guys are right on the edge of that warning box. But you guys, I guess you could say you're close enough to be inside of it. And we always get the question, why are there not, tornado watches or severe thunderstorm watches on days like today where severe weather is expected? And that has to do with the coverage in general. If it's like a marginal risk, for example, they don't want to put, 30 counties in a severe thunderstorm watch if only 1 or 2 or maybe 4 or 5 counties are going to be in a warning later. So again, with marginal risks, it's hard to, issue watches. It's better to just stick with the warnings. And then obviously pay attention to the weather before these events happen. So, having a good human resource such as us here at Michigan Storm Chasers or the fine folks at the National Weather Service offices, great source on days like today. Again, weather apps are only so great. You do need a human aspect of forecasting when it comes to severe weather days, and especially when it comes to tracking storms, such as the ones you see out here today. Again, rotation still starting to pick up here, and now we're starting to see brighter reds and brighter greens heading directly towards Frontier. CC, which is our correlation coefficient, we call it. It would be tracking debris, but we're not seeing any blues. We'd be looking for blues and greens on the radar here. We're not seeing that at the current time. So that's a good sign there. But again, we'll be eyeing the storm like a hawk. We're also watching the storm still off here in southern Cass County. That is also severe warned with a tornado possible, but is also broad rotation at the current time. That meso up in Cassopolis, right along the triple point there, is perhaps exhibiting some more gustier winds now. Not rotation, but gustier winds. Real quick, while I have a moment, we have late as usual with 20 gifted memberships here for our YouTube subscribers. So if you're subscribed here on YouTube for free, again, free to do, check your accounts. You may have just been gifted membership courtesy of late as usual. So thank you for gifting. So only 2 counties in the state of Michigan under any sort of severe threat right now. Everywhere else in the clear. As these storms move along, we will cover the counties that are affected. But again, these are basically only cells that are currently exhibiting severe criteria out there right now. So there are some showers and storms moving across the state in other spots. But again, it's either north of the warm front, so it's hard to get severe going there, or just elsewhere, just showers and storms happening that are non-severe near the warm front. As you can see here, ooh, that's a lot of data. Turn that off. As you can see here, these storms are gradually moving off to the either east or north-northeast, depending on where you are in the line. So back here by the triple point here in Cass County, those storms are generally heading off to the east. Elsewhere, otherwise, it's going to be going north-northeast here throughout the evening. Go ahead and pause it here. Oops, I did not pause it. There we go. So the thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm warning in Hillsdale County, again, for those who are just tuning in, is in effect till 7. So you got 25 minutes there. And the one down in Cass County is in effect also until 7 o'clock. 25 minutes there as well. Both storms do have the 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail label on them, as well as the tornado possible tag. So basically, they are watching this closely for rotation, and as we can see here, that is currently the case. Right coming into Frontier at this current time. Frontier, you guys, I would say at this point, be taking shelter in the lowest floor. If you know anybody who lives in central and southern Hillsdale County, please let them know. This is a severe thunderstorm bearing down on them right now. Policy, of course, with any severe or tornado warning, obviously you want to be inside, away from any exterior walls, because again, severe thunderstorms, while they may not be producing tornadoes, they are capable of producing strong gusty winds. And again, those bring down trees just like tornadoes. So exterior walls are not the place to be in severe weather events. Welcome, Tori, to MSC YouTube here. Appreciate you for becoming a member. Hope you stick around. Mike's tagging you, Caleb. Yeah, that's that storm back there. Just what we were watching along the triple point.
Yep.
Ooh, we could have double. The rotation is starting to pick up now in Simonton Lake a little bit. And it looks like the meso is starting to get together here near Cassopolis. So southern and central Cass County, you guys want to be on alert here. We're starting to see rotation start to pick back up as the triple point starts to move east. I think they're in they're in rapid scan now, I believe. So we got 3 areas of interest that we're going kind of back and forth on here. First one here in Frontier, southern Hillsdale County. Reds and greens close together there. That's what you're looking at for inbound and outbound winds from the radar site. You also have area of interest number 2, right over Simonton Lake, right on the Indiana-Michigan state line. So keep that in mind there. And then we have this meso up here in Cassopolis, which on base reflectivity looks the best. But you look over in your velocity signature, a lot of just damaging winds perhaps going on now right along the M50 corridor. But rotation has started to perhaps pick up just a tad. I will say it's an uphill battle given the fact that it is within the line of storms. However, it is along the triple point as well, so there's a lot of lift and other cheat code factors that factor into the triple point in general there with the storm. When we look at the echo tops in the area, that storm is the tallest, where the severe thunderstorm down in Simonton Lake is only up at, my thing's in the way here, not even 20,000 feet, whereas you have the storm up here in Cassopolis, and it says it's over Dowagiac, but that's because it's shooting through and kind of out the backside there. But in Dowagiac and Cassopolis, the storm's up over 37,000 feet. So that's quite the tall storm, and now we do have a tornado warning in effect.
Yep, tornado warning is now in effect for eastern Hillsdale County and southeastern Michigan. Radar indicated tornado. It was located 7 miles southeast of Reading or 9 miles south of Hillsdale, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. Radar indicated tornado and max hail of 0 inches. So no hail with this storm, but a possible tornado. So if you are just to the south of Cambria, you need to be in your safe place, interior room, away from windows. And this is heading towards the Pittsford area. So if you're in Pittsford, you need to be in your safe place as well. And then this is for Central Hillsdale County in Michigan.
Ben is on it, but he's behind it now. And obviously Ryan is en route. He is he's heading towards Adrian right now, so he's still a little ways away, probably about 45 minutes, I would have to assume.
Yeah. And again, this is a radar indicated tornado. No tornado has been confirmed with this yet, but will continue to be monitored.
No. So think taco warning. The ingredients have come together. In this case, the ingredients are rotation. And that means a tornado is either on the ground or is about to be on the ground in the coming seconds. Now, not always will that happen, but the rotation is strong enough right now where that could be a possibility.
Yep.
It's got a tornado warning for Brooklyn, the Red Cross app. Brooklyn, I believe, is right. Oh, yeah. So for the Red Cross app, if you do have it on a radius, then that would be inside the radius. You just got to check the polygon box here. Again, wherever you see this red outline, that is your tornado warning. So if you know you live inside that red box, again, it's also crucial to know where you live on a county-based map, because when we're tracking storms on days like today, it does you yourself a great favor. So again, this is going to be Osso, Frontier. Hudson's right on the edge of it, noting that they're on the county line, and North Adams. But again, that Red Cross emergency app by the Red Cross, which is free to download. Again, not sponsored, but we do want to make sure you guys have other ways to receive warning in case you're not watching our stream, for example. That will alert you. You can set up a custom radius, and you can set up what alerts you want on your phone. Another thing about the app, real quick, is the fact that it rings on silent. I don't know what the mode's called, but you can set it up to where certain alerts do ring if you accidentally leave your phone on silent. So it's a good tool to have, especially for tornado warnings in this case. And we do have a new tornado warning now back off here heading for Cassopolis and Vandalia. So we got 2 tornado warnings now. That was some good lead time here on our part to call that out. 10 minutes ago, we were saying, the storm is inside the triple point, and it looked like earlier it was kind of just backfilling into itself. We'll probably have Chandler on this here soon, I imagine. He's not in here right now, is he? No, he's not. But yeah, so this storm is right on the triple point, which is right where the greatest lift is at. A couple comments here in chat saying, what's the app called again? It's Emergency. So just type in Emergency in your app store, and it's by the Red Cross. Free to download. So your new tornado warning here as well for Cass County reads as followed. National Weather Service Northern Indiana has issued a tornado warning until 7:15 p.m. for Central Cass County. 6:42, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Cassopolis. I would say it's just to the southwest, but close enough to say it's in Cassopolis, or 7 miles southeast of Dowagiac, moving northeast at a relatively slow clip of 15 miles per hour. Hazard is a tornado. flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Again, you want to be in substantial shelter. You cannot be in shelter that is non-anchored to the ground. So if you do live in this tornado warning, please seek alternate shelter. If you are in like a mobile home or like a car, for example. Again, the storm will be near Exopolis here in the next minute or two. All locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include 10, Paradise Lake, Vandalia, Donald Lake, Diamond Lake, and Daly. Take cover now. Move to a basement interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. So again, duo tornado warnings now in effect. One for Cass, one for Hillsdale. Only tornado warnings going on in the state. The other 81 counties in the state right now are in the clear. So we're just going to be focusing on these two storms right now. I'm actually going to go 4-panel now because we have both storms currently in progress. I just don't know which 4-panel I want. That one should do. So it's a lot of radars. We looked through all the products here. Jack, it was just issued. So what we're seeing here on the bottom right is your updraft strength. So anywhere where you see the reds, it's a very powerful updraft. So that is going to continue this tornado warning for a while, I would have to imagine. And then this one over here in Cassopolis, not as prolific given its location, but given its also location to the triple point, we do have to monitor it very closely. I would say at the very least, there is going to be some damaging winds going on here right along the M62 area, just south of Cassopolis. So take shelter nonetheless. We have one new comment here. Ethan, $2 super chat. Do you think severe will make it to Kalamazoo? Zooming out here on Kalamazoo. It's a possibility. Again, Kalamazoo is right on the edge of the warm sector. If we loop it here, these storms are moving off to the northeast at a slow clip. So we'll have to keep Kalamazoo on watch. I would say it's unlikely at this time, but again, we'll just have to monitor these storms' progression throughout the afternoon and evening. But right now, current focus is Cass County, so it's off to your south by about 30 miles. So that is good news for those in Kalamazoo. But if you are in Hillsdale and Cass County, the time is now to be taking shelter. Again, these warnings are not the entire county. They do take up part of the county. So again, if you know you live inside these red boxes, that is where tornado warnings are currently in effect. So the rotation here.
Broadened out a little bit.
You're still getting a little broad now, but again,
yeah,
it's close enough to where it could happen at any moment. It is now pretty much past Frontier at this current time, but it is quickly closing in on the M99 corridor. So if you live along and south of Osso in Hillsdale County here, along M99, that is where you want to be taking shelter. And zooming out and back over the Cassopolis storm. Really, Cassopolis and Vandalia, anywhere in this box, you guys want to be taking shelter because this is a pretty big storm. Rotation is not really too crazy, but it does I can't speak right now. It does look to be exhibiting some strong damaging winds. Caleb, what radars do you have open in the background?
Right now I have Radar Omega and Radar Scope.
Okay. If you want to share your screen for Radar Omega and go over roads, feel free to do that because I do not have Radar Omega.
Let me... Here we are going back to central Cass County. Still a tornado warning in effect. Radar indicated. You can see some broad rotation right in here. just the south of Cassopolis, just to the west of Brownsville. Again, that storm is booted there right at what we call the triple point. That's where your warm front, cold front, and low pressure center all intersect. You have some increased lift there. Nothing too tight right there at the moment. The other tornado warning that we have right now is still for central Hillsdale County. Still radar indicated at this time. Tightest rotation right now is just to the northeast or northwest of Ransom. Probably getting very close to Shady Side, if not over Shady Side right now, waiting on the next scan. So again, if you're in Pittsford, Hudson, Lucky Corner, Shady Side, be in your safe place. Make sure you're in lowest level of your home, basement preferably. If you don't have a basement, again, interior room, closet, bathroom, etc., away from windows, as a tornado could happen at any time. Then as we go down here to northern Elkhart County, southern Cass County, severe thunderstorm warning is still in effect for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and possible tornado and hail at 3/4 of an inch. And that expires here in 10 minutes. And go back to reflectivity here. Over here you have your classic supercell, have your hook echo right in here. This is your inflow. As you look to the south of what we're working with here, you have unrestricted air here. So this storm is able to take in a lot of air that is untapped. Again, instability. And you have your bird wings here. That's your outflow bands. Back over here in central Cass County, a little bit of a hook on it still. Still has that supercellular characteristic to it. As we switch back here to velocity here. All right, so this is good news here for Hillsdale County. So the supercell still has a hook on it on radar, so it may be going through a cycling process, but right now the rotation has broadened out quite a bit. But again, make it tighten up at any moment. So again, Shady Side, Pittsford, Ransom, still be in your safe place as it could cycle through and produce a tornado at any moment. And we do have chasers on the scene. Our chaser, Ben, he is just to the south of this storm. He'll be coming up on it here shortly. I know Ryan is en route at this moment. He's still a little ways out on it, but on the way nonetheless. And then back in Cass County, Chandler is on these storms here. And they did go ahead and cancel that severe thunderstorm warning for Elkhart and southern Cass. So that was allowed to expire. That's good news there. The tornado warning does still remain in effect. However, that rotation has broadened out in the last few minutes. So good news there. But again, only 2 tornado warnings in the state at this time. One for central Hillsdale County in southeast lower Michigan, and the other is for central Cass County and southwest lower Michigan at this time. And we do expect this to stay mainly below the I-94 corridor, where that boundary is set up right now, where your warm front is. We don't expect that to go north of that. If it does, we'll let you know. But right now, we do expect the best environment to be along and south of the I-94 corridor tonight.
Yeah, so Lynn was asking here a couple minutes ago, $2 super chat. Thank you, Lynn. Is Genesee County any of the pass? I want to sleep. Genesee County is just north of the expected zone of severe today by a little bit, I would say. So you guys should be okay. Still could expect some showers and thunderstorms later this evening. But again, that severe, like Caleb just mentioned, is going to be along and south of 94 this evening at this current time. It's already 6:53 here Eastern time. Sun is starting to go down. As the sun starts to go down again, we will start to lose some of our instability as well. So take that to heart, I guess you could say. Again, in the next hour or two, we could see some of these storms start to fall apart. The shear out there today is pretty ample, so storm still could rotate after dark. It just depends on how much surface vorticity and 3 cape it can root itself in as well. Which again, that is basically slang for cheat code.
A lot of low-level spin.
Yes. We have Mike with us as well. He says he's in Adrian right now, so he is en route, I guess you could say, to that storm in Hillsdale. So basically, we have Ryan, Mike, and Ben all on that storm in Hillsdale County. So we'll have eyes on it soon as it heads towards Hudson, and then we have Chandler, and I believe Alex is also on it there in Cass County.
Yep.
But again, that storm in Cass County looks more downbursty than anything right now. It is the whole meso's rotating around itself.
Yeah.
But again, that is probably indicative of some strong and gusty winds, 60 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Cold Bolt Lightning, $2 super chat asking, will Brighton, Michigan get hit? We are not fortune tellers, so we cannot tell you when and where exactly storms will hit unless the storms are currently ongoing inside a warning polygon. But we can give you a rough idea that Brighton this evening should be mainly stress-free. Again, it's very close to that boundary, so we'll have to watch out here in the coming hours. But again, these storms are moving pretty slow, and with the sun going down, it's going to be tough to tell whether storms can get that far north in a reasonable amount of time. So you guys should be pretty clear there in Brighton tonight. And Alexis with the $1.99 super chat as well. Thank you, Alexis. Put me back up there. Again, 2 tornado warnings currently in effect for those who are just tuning in here. We got 2,000 of you guys in here right now between Facebook and YouTube. So again, if you're just joining us, hit that like button, boost the algorithm to your fellow Michiganders and perhaps people who live in Indiana, Ohio along these storms here. 2 tornado warnings, 1 for Hillsdale, 1 for Cass. Tornado warnings both in effect here for another 5 minutes. So we'll have to see what the National Weather Service in Northern Indiana does for both of these storms here by 7 o'clock. Again, tornado warnings are level 1 of 4. They're all radar indicated. Level 2 would be observed on the ground. So right now, these storms are producing rotation, and they decided to put that tornado warning out there for safekeeping. But again, right now, none of our chasers right now are reporting tornadoes on the ground. It's just that they're rotating somewhat decently. Actually, I saw a comment here about how these storms are just pieces of the hurricane in the south. That's not true. This is a separate low.
Yep.
Up here in Michigan. Now we will have to watch out. I think it's going to be sometime this week, later this weekend. It's moving pretty slow for the remnants of that storm. Again, that could throw a loop in our forecast for the upcoming 6 to 8 days out. Well, maybe 5 to 8 days out. So actually, where's that storm right now?
Right now, it's still in the Caribbean. Not quite to the Gulf yet.
So
we
more
still
like
have a few days out on that.
8 to 10 days out, probably.
Yeah.
I would say. So within the next week to 2 weeks, we might have to watch out for what the remnants of that storm will do.
We'll probably have a better idea here as we approach the weekend, see how it's going to interact with a low to the south. That'll impact the trajectory of that low and where that rain's going to go. So,
yeah,
to be determined on that.
Mm-hmm. Checking CC, looping through the CC here. Correlation coefficient radar. Not seeing any debris on either of these storms. That is a good sign. Again, that these storms are still radar indicated. Rotation. On base reflectivity, though, you can see a lot of reds, a lot of pinks. These are small mesos, small little supercells, as Caleb mentioned, and as I mentioned in the last couple minutes here. A lot of unimpeded flow here to the storms, allowing for clean inflow for the storm to produce some strong, sufficient rotation headed for Hudson. However, it doesn't appear to be generating any tornadoes through tornado genesis at the current time, so that is a good sign there. And then the strong factor here for the Cassopolis storm is going to be that triple point, as we keep mentioning, which is basically where that warm front, cold front, and low pressure all come together. That is producing more ample lift than the storms surround it. So it's going to be riding right on the center of that low pressure, which is something we'll have to watch as it heads towards St. Joseph County here in the coming hour. These storms are moving pretty slow. Again, this is a system-based storms. They're not instability storms. They have to do with the fronts. So these storms are moving pretty slow today. With the progression of the cold front, these storms are going to move slowly off to the east eventually.
Yep.
The rest of the state right now just experiencing some showers and perhaps some thunderstorms out there. I know Muskegon County has a flood advisory. They've seen over 4 to 5 inches of rain there today in some spots. And that's just going to continue being north of the low tonight. And then that'll swing back out into west and central Michigan through the overnight hours. But again, we do not need to focus on the rest of the state because no severe is really expected in north of 94. So if you guys know you live like along 96, for example, you guys are pretty much in the clear for tonight. However, if that changes, of course, we got you covered here right here on Michigan Storm Chasers Facebook and YouTube, where the live stream is currently ongoing.
Yep, and the severe thunderstorm warning for Hillsdale County was allowed to be expired. Now a tornado warning remains. Radar indicated tornado is the only hazard with that storm at this time. Some broad rotation is still on radar just to the southwest of Pittsburgh in Hillsdale County, west of Hudson. So still be sure to be in your safe place there if you're in Pittsburgh or Hudson. The good news is, though, Cass County, that rotation there has weakened significantly over the last few scans, Joel. So that's a good sign there.
Yes. Alexis with the $1.99 super chat. Will Three Rivers get bad? Three Rivers right now, not currently in any sort of danger at all. However, we have to watch the storm heading your way as it progresses off to the east at 15 miles per hour, as mentioned in the warning text. So thank you, Alexis, for the $1.99 super chat, and then again for the 99-cent super chat here over on YouTube. Thank you very much. It is 7 o'clock now. These warnings are supposed to expire unless they extended them. I know they trimmed the tornado warning, so Frontier is no longer in it. Oh, the tornado warning is now in effect till 7:30. Okay, I didn't see the time was updated on the Hillsdale storm. Okay, perfect. Xopolis storm was bumped up to 7:15. So Xopolis, Vandalia, you have about another 13 minutes there, another 28 minutes over here for just to the west of Addison, just to the west of Hudson. So this is kind of rural area near Osso and Hudson. There's your reflectivity there, or sorry, your velocity. Again, reds and greens close together, indicative of some rotation. However, it is very weak. We would need to be looking for strong or brighter reds and greens. We're seeing dull reds and greens. So if you're hearing that warning go off on your phone for Hillsdale, that is the extension to 7:30 p.m. Hillsdale itself inside the city, you guys are in the clear of this tornadic storm. As you can see here, the red box does not encompass Hillsdale, nor does it encompass North Adams. But if you live here towards Addison as Hudson, as previously mentioned, it is heading your way. And while you guys are right on the edge of the red box, you probably want to be taking shelter right now. And these storms are heading off to the northeast about 15 miles per hour. So a lot of time to prepare if you are downstream from these storms. But don't wait to the last moment. Find substantial shelter right now if you are in those red boxes you can see on your screen. Our storm chasers, Ryan, Mike, and Ben, are all on that storm in Hillsdale County or heading to it. I know Mike and Ryan are on the way to it. Ben is right up behind it right now. Do we have a full screenshot of him finally, or is this reception going in and out here? Kind of in and out. Yeah, it's still a little pixelated there. Oh.
Well, there's a good shot of it.
Taking full. And we'll see if his audio is working. Beautiful.
Beautiful storm, though. Nice structure to it. I love the sunset in the background.
Wispy cirrostratus up there off to the left, and you have your big cumulonimbus in the center of your screen. little bit of a very rugged base in the bottom there. That would be where your rotation is strongest, but no real well-defined wall cloud there. It just kind of looks raggedy, which means the storm's either cycling or on its way out. Again, this is in Hillsdale County. This is our tornado warned storm off to the easternmost one, I should say, heading for Hudson. Andrea, $2 super chat, asking any worries for the Detroit metro airport area tonight. It's a possibility. We'll have to watch. Again, the severe threat is expected to dwindle by about 10 p.m. So if any of these storms head over that way between now and 10, they could definitely produce some severe winds and perhaps a brief tornado. However, they are not currently in any sort of threat at the current time. So we got you covered here. If that becomes an issue over there, we will chime in. But right now, current areas of interest are Cass County and Hillsdale County.
You can kind of pick out a brief tilt in your mezzo there, Joel, just above that farmhouse there.
Yep.
Right where he's pointing there. A little bit of a scuddy base there to it.
Oh. Another way, if you guys want warnings and you are frequently on your phone, you can follow us over on Michigan Storm Chasers X, or Twitter as it's formerly known. It's at MI Storm Chasers. We do have Ready Warn that just basically posts the warnings for us. In the event warnings are issued, they are posted pretty much right away. And as long as you turn on your post notifications and follow us, you guys can receive those notifications on your phone, as well as the emergency app, as we previously mentioned, is another good way to receive warning. And as always, we are here live for any severe weather. The best way to know when we're live is obviously follow/subscribe to us on YouTube. Again, that subscribe button is free to hit, and turn on post notifications so that way you know when we go live. Just the more ways you can get warning, the better. I want to make sure you guys are all safe and sound and covered when warnings are issued for your area.
I think we need to get underneath it. It's not producing it.
Might be seeing a little bit of a weakening trend there on that Hillsdale storm there. I'll get a scan.
Which is a good sign. Still looks kind of impressive.
Ocean's increasing right there.
Looks like he zoomed in. Is that a new base, Foreman? Actually, look at that. That entire thing is slowly rotating. See the motion in that.
Yeah, I'd say it's safe to call that a wall cloud, Joel, underneath your mezzo there.
Like when
And despite that it's looking weaker on radar, it looks like it's just picking up a new base.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Unfortunately, the reception out there is subpar. It's rural Hillsdale County, so bear with us. Looks like Ben's going to reposition now. And then we also have, looks like Mike and Ryan are pretty close to each other. Ryan's a little bit further behind. I think Mike's got a better shot here. Actually, we can do
Great.
this. So again, two tornado warnings still in effect. We got Hillsdale and we got Cass. Actually, Cass has just been canceled 5 minutes early. So if you're in Cass County, you guys can come out of the basement. That storm is no longer tornado warned. So the main focus right now is this storm in Hillsdale County, which we have pretty much every one of our chasers on. You can kind of see that Mike and Ryan have almost similar shots there, being about 3 minutes behind each other.
Yeah, you can really see that tilted updraft there on that towering cumulonimbus there. That would be what's left of your mesocyclone there, would be my guess.
Yep. And Ben still has a really good shot of that base, too.
Really nice stratiform meso there. Really layered there. Very picturesque.
Yeah. That is impressive. Please focus. Please focus. Please focus. I'll click out of it and then it'll focus. That's crazy. Mike and Ryan have pretty much the same shot there.
Yeah, they really do.
As you can see here in the top right corner of your screen where the radar's at, those reds and greens are pretty fizzled now. So, still looks pretty good on visually appealing, but rotation-wise, it's on the way out, which is a good sign. Yeah, Mike is actually in front of Ryan. I don't know by how much, but they're on the same road. Yes, what we do here at Michigan Storm Chasers is all volunteer for the time being. So monetary donations are optional, but always appreciated.
And it looks like Mike is just on the west side of Clayton, and Ryan is on the west side of Adrian. So for a point of reference there.
Yes. Ryan's dot is not updating right now, it looks like.
No.
But I know they're both on M34 over there.
Yep.
But taking a zoomed out look at the radar, you can see how the only warning box, I guess you could say, in effect right now, besides that flood advisory from Muskegon County, is the tornado warning in Hillsdale County, which keeps getting smaller and smaller here. No tornado warnings in effect now for Cass. Nothing in effect over there in Kalamazoo or St. Joseph. So the only hazard right now is going to be in Hillsdale County. That tornado warning continues. Radar indicated. No hail expected. Population 3,500 with 2 schools.
Yep, and another good point is now that we're in the 7 o'clock hour, we're losing that daytime heating component. We do expect these storms to gradually decrease in number and intensity as we go throughout the evening here. But we still have to remain alert here through about the 10 p.m. time frame for an occasional storm that wants to go strong to severe.
Yes, tornado warning is in effect for those who are just tuning in until 7:30. Heading pretty close to the US 127 corridor here within the next, probably by 7:30, so next 15 minutes. But the majority of Hillsdale County is not in the warning. So if you're hearing the sirens all the way across in Litchfield, Allen, Reading, that is because there's well, I guess you could say it's county-based warning sirens. In a day and age where technology is all the rave, it's always good to have not just rely on the sirens. Again, sirens should be the last mode to rely on. You guys want to make sure that you have ways to receive warning via apps, if you have a weather radio. Obviously here at Michigan Storm Chasers as well. There's as many ways as possible to receive warning. That way you'll never be in the dark when a severe storm does head your way. Thank you, Elise, for the 99-cent super chat. Appreciate you.
Yep, and it looks like right now the rotation is pretty close to Pittsford in Hillsdale County, if you zoom in there. Not a substantially tight couplet there, but still need to be in your safe place if you are in Pittsford. Just to the southeast of Oso there. That seems to be where the tightest rotation is at this time. Just to the west of Hudson there. But right now, that is the only tornado warning, and really the only warning in the state of Michigan at this time. As we go to the north, up towards Muskegon, there are some flood advisories up there right now, which are in effect for the next 7 hours up there. A very heavy, steady rainfall. Right around 3 to 4 inches have fallen there over the past couple of hours. So that has led to some ponding there. So again, turn around, don't drown if you do come across ponding or flooding on roadways. Well, that's a good thing to keep in mind there.
Wow. That tilted mezzo just keeps looking better and better. More picturesque, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Definitely starting to isolate itself.
Yeah, North Adams is not in that warning. Hillsdale, you guys are not in the warning either. So they're just this little stretch of rural Hillsdale County along M34, heading towards Hudson and Addison, which is in Lenawee County.
Yep. We'll have to see if they do end up extending it into Lenawee County. We'll just have to see what they decide to do here.
So quick recap, we had a couple tornado warnings here for Branch and Cass County this afternoon. One that had a history of producing tornadoes across northern Indiana. It's a possibility that one of the tornadoes did briefly cross into Branch County, which means that if it is end up being confirmed, that would be our 14th tornado of the year here in Michigan, 2 below the average. But again, that is going to be determined with time. Whoa. What happened?
There you go.
My radar just quit there. But again, average tornado count per year, 16. We're at 13 right now. Chris, feel free to shoot us an email. That can be found at the top of our Facebook page in our link tree if you do want to advertise with us. At Cass County, you guys are in the clear. Kalamazoo County as well. You guys have a lot of rain moving in, though. They're along the triple point. Looking at a velocity, starting to see a little bit more brighter greens here, Caleb, but nothing rotation-wise yet. So
looks like more on the line of just some gusty winds, gusty straight line winds there. You don't see reds and greens really close together. That would indicate rotation. So that is good news there in Cass County, but probably right now, heavy rain, gusty winds would be the main threat there.
Yeah. Sirens into Wajat keep going off. That warning's been canceled for about 8 minutes now.
Yeah. Bring Mike's screen up. He's got a pretty good shot of it. Yeah, there you go.
That's beautiful.
Very beautiful.
That rotation, there's basically no rotation on this now. They're probably gonna expire it a couple minutes early, if I had to imagine.
Yeah, I don't see DTX extending this into Lenawee County at this time. So that's good news. But again, a tornado warning is still in effect for Hillsdale County for the supercell here. One thing to note on, though, see how your cumulonimbus or your towering cloud there is disconnected itself from the main body of the storm. That's another indication that the storm is on the weakening trend. Your updraft is separated there, but wow, look at that base there. Very low cloud base there. Very picturesque. Wow. Very stratiform structure there. And you can definitely tell it's rotating in the mid-levels. I love the sunset in the background too.
Yeah. This is Mike's cam here. Still a little bit of a wall on that front edge there, it looks like. But again, with what we're seeing on radar, it kind of shows us that there's really not much in terms of low-level rotation anymore. Although this is at, sorry, I should say mid-level, because this is actually, I didn't realize how far up that is. That's 6,100 feet off the ground for a radar scan there.
We're pretty high up, so we can't discount it yet entirely. So
that's true. So that's why we do have good ground truth, or good to have ground truth.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and that wall cloud would be on the right side too.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is the only tornado warning and warning in the state of Michigan at this time. All other warnings have been allowed to expire. In his stream there, you can actually slowly see it rotate there in the mid-levels.
Mm-hmm. And this is just outside Hudson, Michigan, so down there in extreme eastern Hillsdale County. Tornado warning still in effect till 7:30 unless canceled earlier. As we've been mentioning on radar, there is basically no rotation.
But again, that radar beam is also about 6,000 feet off the ground, so we are looking pretty high up in the cloud. But here's a good visual representation of what's going on here at the ground.
Yeah. We do have Climavision radars coming to Michigan here in the coming year or two, which will help cover some of these radar gaps. Northern Ohio, the Thumb's getting one. Northwest Lower, so up near Manistee, is also getting one. Just to name a few there. Unfortunately, I believe it's going to be private, so we will not have access to those radars, unfortunately. The National Weather Service, though, will, which is the main source that does issue these warnings, so it's good for them. So again, National Weather Service offices are the ones that do issue these warnings. Obviously, we don't because we're not the National Weather Service. But yeah, so it'll be exciting news here for the state of Michigan to get some new radars and cover some of these radar gaps that we do see currently exhibited on radar.
Yeah. Ben's got a pretty good view now. His cameras. I'm not quite sure what he's looking at here.
He's pretty close to the... Oops.
Oh. And it's cluttered again.
Yeah.
There was a really good shot of it there. I wasn't really sure what I was seeing there, but I know he's pretty close to the underside of the base.
He's so zoomed in. Let's see if he has anything to say. Or if it's just going to be pixelated. Oof. Looks like he turned around.
Yeah.
Got 6 more minutes left on this tornado warning here. in Hillsdale County. All other counties in Michigan currently in all clear mode. Currently watching for this line over here in the Van Buren, Kalamazoo County area. Just kind of one big line of showers and thunderstorms. It's near the triple point, so we are keeping our eye on it. But right now, nothing really rotating out there, so it's a good sign. Look at the radar scope in the background from the Grand Rapids area just to double check. It looks like it could get gusty here in Kent County, Grand Rapids area. Just noticed that.
It looks like that tornado warning does have 4 minutes left, so it looks like they're going to allow it to expire. Right now, it is right on the Hillsdale-Lenawee County line, basically just outside of Hudson there. So, but right now, it appears they are going to allow it to expire at this time. We'll have to see what they ultimately end up doing here.
I was checking old radar data from the Ottawa County area up in Grand Rapids. There was a brief period where something did try to spin up. It did not, of course.
I was looking at that earlier about an hour ago.
Yeah, it was 6:51, so about half hour ago.
Okay.
Right near the Grand Valley area, but that has gone away. There is it looks like just a line of gusty showers moving into Grand Rapids and Walker right now. So if you guys live up there in Grand Rapids area, keep that in mind. If it does get gusty out, want to bring your loose objects inside. Looking elsewhere in the state, away from this line of storms, nothing rotating. The reason why I'm checking behind the screens behind the scenes is because GR2, it takes about 30 seconds for the radar data to load in every time I switch radar sites, and there's 3 or 4 of them in Michigan or lower Michigan, I guess I could say. So that's why I'm checking behind the scenes here. Yeah, there's really nothing rotating anymore, unless it's below the radar beam.
Ooh. Wow, check out Ryan's feed.
Take them up here.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
What you were looking at here, you guys are, Ryan is pretty much underneath of what's left of your mesocyclone there, your rotating updraft. Very, very broad rotation on radar now, but still a very, very picturesque environment there. You can see your striations there in the cloud. Very, very pretty.
Living in Hillsdale, I'm not seeing anything near me. So that is because Hillsdale was never in the tornado warning. Again, these are just because Hillsdale County is in a warning does not mean all of it's in a warning. You can see here on the top of your screen, I just want to single box this here. Your red polygon is that tornado warning, and it only encompasses, at least as of like 30 minutes ago, it's pretty close to downtown Hillsdale, but it did not include downtown Hillsdale. So it was like Frontier and what other cities? Also was out there. North Adams right on the edge, but Hillsdale itself, Jonesville, Allen, Litchfield were not in this tornado warning. So you might have been hearing the alerts go off on your phone, but you guys were not in the warning itself. So that is why it is important, like we say, to tune in for more of a human aspect of things. Again, the alerts on your phone can only tell you so much. And that is why we are here to bridge the gap for these severe warnings here at Michigan Storm Chasers. So right now, again, that tornado warning is going to expire here in 1 minute. Heads up into Addison. Almost looks like a cinnamon roll. Keep mentioning food a lot. It's making me hungry.
Right?
Yeah.
I could go for a cinnamon roll right now.
Yeah.
Yep, that tornado warning has expired now, so there are no active severe warnings in the state of Michigan at this time. The closest severe warning to Michigan right now is in Ottawa County, Ohio, just south of the border there, just south of the Toledo area. But that storm is moving south and away of the state of Michigan. The only active alerts in Michigan right now are up in the Muskegon area, where you have some flood advisories still in effect there. Some ponding probably going on up there, as you had some training showers there in the area, dumping 3 to 4 inches of rain in areas. So again, turn around, don't drown if you do come across ponding or flooding on area roadways. Always a good thing to keep in mind there. Your car will float if you go into water that's deep enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that flood advisory is in effect for the next 6 hours and 44 minutes.
And since we are in our all clear mode at the current time, when we have a break here, quick shout out to our stream sponsors here, Katz Roofing and Siding, which is based out of Potterville, Michigan. So that covers you in Lansing. If you need roofing, siding, and I believe gutters done, or windows, that is your place to go in the event you need something done with those related things. You can call them at the number below on the top, the bottom of your screen. We also have Storm Guard Roofing and Construction out of the Plymouth and Detroit area. Feel free to contact them as well for the same sort of things. And again, if you want to advertise with us here at Michigan Storm Chasers, obviously shoot us an email. That can be found in our Facebook page on our link tree. Okay, no tornado warnings in effect. All clear mode currently in effect for all 83 counties. It is a good sign. We have some strong, or I should say just some normal showers and thunderstorms moving across the Kalamazoo metro area at this current time. Southern Allegheny County, central and eastern Van Buren, as well as St. Joseph and Cass down here in southwestern Michigan. Batch of showers moving through Jackson County right now, non-severe. The tornado warned storm is pretty much fizzled out this current time, besides the fact that we have still really good structure ongoing, as you can see in Ryan's screen here, kind of underneath it at this current time.
Yeah, so what you guys are looking at there in Ryan's stream, that is the base of what's left of your mesocyclone. That would be your rotating updraft. That is the remnants of that.
Mike and Ryan are right next to each other.
Yeah, there he is.
As you can see, they have the exact same view here.
Looks like maybe a little bit of a gusty shower there, just south of Kalamazoo near Flower Field there. Maybe some gusty winds there as that shower moves to the east northeast there, north of Three Rivers.
Loading in the Grand Rapids radar just to take a look at it. Again, the flood advisory still in effect for Muskegon County.
That'd be just south of Schoolcraft. Maybe some gusty winds present there.
Sorry, flood warning. My bad. Keep saying flood advisory.
Yep. I think I made that mistake as well.
Yeah. so it is dying down right now for those who are just tuning in. Here's your showers in the Grand Rapids area. You can see there's a little Boeing segment within the line here, right heading into downtown Grand Rapids and Comstock Park. Oh boy, what is happening? There's Mike, Ben, and Ryan.
Oh, goodness. It's like they're all taking turns being the Fonz.
Yep. Somebody screenshot that. hanging out under the mezzo. But yeah, for Grand Rapids, Comstock Park, to finish that thought, it looks like there's a Boeing segment moving in there, indicative of some gusty winds, not severe at the current time, but we are watching it. And it's pretty far north of the boundary. It's not going to do too much besides winds. However, if that changes, we got you covered here. We're going to be staying on here for a little while. Wait, take Ben's audio because we probably hear him. Or not.
Sure.
There we go. No new tornado warnings in effect at the current time.
Nope. Again, there are currently no severe warnings of any kind in the state of Michigan at this time. We are in all clear mode for right now. We'll stay on here for a little bit yet, just to make sure nothing decides to intensify. Watching some showers over by the Kalamazoo area, just south of Schoolcraft there. A little bit of a gustier shower there, but again, sub-severe at this time. And then as we move up to Grand Rapids, that boundary there, that gust front there, that Boeing segment that Joel was talking about there, maybe winds 15 to 20 miles an hour max there. So enough to blow some loose items around, but not severe at this time. Currently, the closest severe warning to the state of Michigan is for Ottawa County, Ottawa County, Ohio, excuse me, just south of Toledo. Those areas, and that line moving east out of the area and does not pose a threat to Michigan at this time. So there you can see your low-level circulation there over Lake Michigan. That is your low-pressure center there, moving north-northeast there, and will continue to do so overnight. And that is what is responsible for the weather here tonight. And it will slowly move across and out of the region during the overnight hours tonight. Let me pull up the latest HRRR here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put that on there. And as we look here, this is the HRRR, the rapid refresh model. So here for the rest of the night here, as we move on through the rest of the night, you can kind of see a trend here. We are expecting that downtrend and overall convection across the state of Michigan tonight. Right over here, that's your low pressure center. That's going to slowly move north and northeast out of the region tonight. Maybe a few lingering showers here by morning, but other than that, expect a clearing and drying trend as we go through the day tomorrow. Rain chances look to return maybe by the weekend, but we'll have to see what that entails and what Helene has to offer as we get closer to the weekend as well. But it looks like through the remainder of tonight, the severe weather risk is in a downtrend here for the state of Michigan, which is good. And we'll continue to do that, especially now that we lost our daytime heating element. Expect a few showers, maybe some gusty winds embedded here and there, but expecting drying trend through the overnight hours into tomorrow morning. And just as a recap, there are currently no active severe warnings for the state of Michigan at this time. Watching a few embedded showers and maybe a rumble of thunder or two for the western half of the state from Muskegon all the way down to Kalamazoo, Three Rivers area. All these showers are subsevere at this time. Looks like your largest threat with these are maybe some gusty winds of 15 to 25 miles per hour. So if you live in those areas, Grand Haven, or Grand Rapids rather, some gustier showers moving through right now. Maybe enough to blow some seat cushions off your patio, maybe tip some dumpsters, but right now subsevere at this time. And kind of the same story in the Kalamazoo, Three Rivers area as well, within those showers as well. Some heavier rainfall rates though. So do expect some brief ponding on roadways with those showers as rainfall rates exceed 1.5 inches per hour in some cases. Maybe a little bit more than that as well. I guess plot values were around 1.5 inches today, so plenty of moisture to work with today. And it looks like the guys are just hanging out there under what's left of the mezzo.
It's beautiful out there.
Yeah, it really is. Looks very peaceful out there right now. I'm surprised by how green and the soybeans and corn are. It's still pretty green. So we'll stay on here for a little bit yet, just as we watch that convection there in the western part of the state here. But right now, everything is subpar, subsevere. So we are looking to be on the downtrend, and we do expect that to continue through the rest of the overnight hours. But we'll continue to monitor it here and make sure nothing decides to intensify.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, your biggest risk with these showers and thunderstorms is heavy rain is primary risk, followed by occasional gusty winds 15 to 25 miles per hour, maybe gusting to 30 in some instances, but right now it appears to be on the lower end of that, closer to 15 to 25. So right now, right along the 131 corridor there, from Three Rivers to Grand Rapids, take your time if you're on that interstate or planning to go on that interstate. Probably expect some slower traffic there as you're in some heavier showers and heavier thunderstorms there in that area. Probably quite a bit of ponding on the interstate there. So take your time, take it slow, and be courteous of other drivers on the roadway.
Don't hydroplane, please.
Please. And if you do find yourself hydroplaning or getting loose, do not slam on the brakes. Keep your steering wheel pointed in the direction you want to go. Let off the gas, let off the brakes, and that should allow you to come out of that, hopefully.
There's a really nice hook on the storm. For those who might be watching from Ohio or know people who are living in Ohio, nice storm in Clarksfield, Ohio, heading towards, well, it's still outside of Cleveland by about 2 counties, but there's a very nice hook with embedded rotation on it.
Yeah, just outside the Wellington area, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
we can maybe go ahead and show that there.
If you want to pull your radar and go for it.
Yeah. Let me get that pulled up here. Give me 1 second here. Here is what that storm is that Joel was talking about, just outside the Clarksfield area, just to the southwest of Cleveland, in between Sandusky and Cleveland, just to the east of Norwalk. Decent supercell there. That is on the south side of the lake. Really nice hook on it on radar. You can see your inflow notch here, your clear slot. That's where your inflow is. That's where the storm is taking in your moisture, your instability. It's feeding your updraft right in here. This is your RFD right here. So your rotation will be just outside Clarksfield. As we switch to velocities here, you'll be able to see that right in there, just south of 18 there. Looks to be right on.
Oh, they just tornado warned it.
Yeah. The Zeonby Road, I believe, is maybe how that's pronounced. And that is radar indicated, and that is for northeastern Huron County in north central Ohio and Erie County in north central Ohio, as well as southwestern Lorraine County in north central Ohio. That is the closest tornado warning to the state of Michigan at this time. Currently, as we move around the state of Michigan, currently there are no active severe warnings in the state at this time. Again, just some heavier showers here on the western side. That's closest to your low pressure system here. Your low pressure center is somewhere right about in here, right over the lake here. And that'll slowly move east-northeast, moving out of the state here in the early morning hours. And we'll take a look here at this line here, see what radar is better here. A little bit of a bowing segment here, maybe a little bit of a kink there. Again, this is severe warn for 60 mile an hour and quarter size hail, or 1 inch diameter. And that is moving east and out of the way of the area tonight. So and it looks like maybe a few cells starting to fire in Western Ontario, but right now nothing severe in the state of Michigan at this time. Maybe it looks like a little bit of a heavier downpour there, just west of Monroe. Let's switch the velocities here. Yeah, nothing, no indications of rotation there or anything like that. Looks like heavy rain is the story there. But again, right now we're in all clear mode for the state of Michigan. And it looks like as you go further north, yeah, UP Michigan, you guys are clear tonight. No active weather up there expected. Again, some heavier rain moving along the 94, 131 corridor there. So please keep that in mind if you're driving from Kalamazoo, Portage to Grand Rapids. Expect slowdowns there on the highway as those heavier showers and thunderstorms move through.
What's up, guys?
Hey, welcome.
I think we're about done here chasing for the night. The guys are going back. I'm going to head back as well. If you're looking on my camera here to the right of the road, there is a beautiful anvil cloud that is being illuminated by the sunset there. It's hard to see, but it's like right.
Yep.
Yeah,
there.
just to the right of the tree there.
Yeah, it's beautiful in person here, but on camera it's zoomed out.
Probably from the storms back closer to the Kalamazoo area, so very pretty.
Yep. But I'm probably going to head back here. The guys are heading back as well, so just want to update you guys. I'm not sure how long you guys want to stay alive for, but I think the threat's pretty much done, at least for the east side. I don't know what the west side's going to do.
Right.
All right, but I'm going to head home, so just want to give you guys the update.
Sounds good. Thank you, Ryan.
What do you say, Joel? Maybe 5 more minutes here?
Yeah, I would say so. Again,
Okay.
There's no warnings in effect, so.
All right, so we'll probably stay on here for the next 5 minutes or so, just to make sure things are still on the quieter side, and then we'll continue to monitor things behind the scenes here after that. But right now, as we do a quick overview, The tornado warnings that were in Cass County and Hillsdale County have expired now, and there are no active severe warnings in the state at this time. The closest severe thunderstorm warning is in northwest Ohio, just southeast of Toledo, and those storms are moving east and will continue to move east out of the area over the next hour or so. There is one tornado warning currently, and that is currently just southwest of Cleveland there. Some decent rotation there just outside of Clarksfield. A lot of lightning spike there going on as well. So a lot of CG activity there. But that will continue moving east as we continue throughout the state here. Again, some heavier rain there on the west side. This is closer to your low pressure system here. So expect a steadier rain from Big Rapids, Manistee, Cadillac, Mount Pleasant here throughout the evening here. And this rain will slowly move out throughout the overnight hours. I do expect a lot of this rain to be clear of the state by around 5, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So if your kid's getting on the bus, maybe a slight chance of a rain shower or two in the eastern half of the state. But other than that, we're looking on the drier side, maybe some patchy fog as we wake up in the morning. But other than that, tomorrow is looking to be quite pleasant and quiet throughout the state of Michigan.
Starting to feel like fall just a little bit.
A little bit. Gonna look at one other thing here.
Kalamazoo should be on top of you guys right now. Again, this is not severe, but it is showers and thunderstorms, so keep that in mind. Let's see, another comment here asking about direct donations. That would be, you can go through our website, www.michiganstormchasers.com, or we do have Michigan Storm Chasers on Venmo. That would just be at MI Storm Chasers.
Yep, and it looks like I just turned on my hail indicator here, my vertically integrated liquid that shows us what our updrafts are doing right now. So it looks like no hail are in these storms at all, just heavy rain and maybe some brief gusty winds of around 10 to 15 miles per hour or less. So looks like heavy rain is the main story right now in the western half of the state. But the severe risk is greatly on the downtrend and will continue to be throughout the overnight hours. Through the rest of the night, I do expect this rain to slowly move across and out of the state, probably clearing the state by 5, 6 a.m. After that is out, do expect some patchy fog to linger throughout the morning hours. So as your kids are getting on the bus, keep that in mind. But other than that, the severe weather risk is pretty much on its way out. So we are grateful for that. Again, there are no active severe warnings in the state of Michigan at this time. If you guys do have damage reports, please send them to us in our weather report site. We will be looking at those as well as NWS personnel. They look at those as well. If you do report damage, just as Joel said, please have your estimated time on there. That allows us to go back on radar and look to see when that may have happened and what may have caused it, as well as your location. We like to match that up as well. So if you guys do that, please have time, event, location on there, and that is greatly appreciated as well. So thank you to everyone that did the super chats tonight. We appreciate that. We greatly appreciate you for doing that, for your generosity there. And with that being said, we are probably going to sign off here. And if something does come up, or if we do see a severe thunderstorm warning or a strong storm of any kind, we will update you accordingly, and we will continue to monitor trends here behind the scenes throughout the rest of the evening.
Yes. Yep. And as always, again, we are live for every severe thunderstorm warning. So if you're new here and haven't followed the page yet here, both on Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and hit that follow button or the subscribe button, depending on what platform you're on. Again, every warning year round, we're here covering it for you guys, so you won't miss a beat with us. And as Caleb said, again, we will be live later if another warning is in effect. But for right now, I think we're going to hop out of here and take a nice break.
Yep. So with that being said, I hope all of you have a good and safe evening. Thank you for being here with us tonight on this, excuse me, on this Tuesday evening here. We appreciate all of you, and we hope you guys have a wonderful and safe evening.
All right. Take care, everybody. We will see you in the next live stream.